my channel. It's Michel. Today is a life update video, so I have a few things that I need to tell you about so that you see future videos, you'll understand the context of what's going on in our life. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. Basically, there was an opportunity brought up by the pastor of our church for me. He gave me a call and asked me if I would be the assistant principal of our school. We have a school that's a part of our church, and it's been there for years. I actually attended Harvest Time Christian Academy when I was a little girl, from pre-K with my mom as the teacher. She worked at the church and the school all the way till I was in 6th grade. We moved and I was in public school all the way till I graduated. Girls, Addie and Mia, my two oldest girls, were at Harvest Time Christian Academy for all the way till 3rd grade for Addie and 1st grade for Mia. And that's when the Lord had started moving on our heart to homeschool. So we homeschooled all 6 out of our 8 children for the last 9 years. Magnolia was kind of wanting to start pre-K this year, and Ezra is a baby. He is just about to turn 10 months old. So obviously he wasn't in school, and we've been homeschooling a total of 9 years. We love homeschool. Homeschool has a very special place in my heart because pouring our lives into our children and the liberty it gave us with Tommy's work, because he works long hours and has in the past. It was just wonderful for us to not be on a set schedule. They could be a part of dance in the evenings, sleep in the mornings, and not have to get up so early. If you know that life, you understand. So it was just a wonderful thing for us. And so I just immediately, when the call came in, my uncle is the pastor, and he asked if I would be the assistant principal. The immediate response in my heart, in my mind and in my heart was no. And I said, you know what, Holy Spirit, I am not going to cut off this opportunity or just give a straight answer without seeking your direction. So I said, okay, Uncle Steve, let me have the week. We were leaving for vacation in a couple of days. I said, can I have the week to think and pray about it? I know that's probably not the answer he was hoping for or looking for, but I know I needed to talk to Tommy and I needed to search out in my heart. So that's where we are. I was coming home from vacation and had just played in my mind so many scenarios, thought it out. I didn't know what I was going to do at the time. I just ordered my curriculum for homeschool, was getting ready to plan my year. We actually were not far into our summertime. So we start school usually with colleges, kind of the 1st or 2nd week of September. That's when dance starts also. So we were, just thinking of all the scenarios. And this is how I feel the peace of the Lord in my life, is when I can think out a scenario. In other words, think out a school day or me being there at the school. That's when I started to realize, Lord, I'm really able to think out the scenario of us going to school. So that was strange to think out that there were things that I was thinking of. This kid's behind in this kid's ahead in that. And when I started putting all the pieces together, Trinity going to 9th grade, Joshua 6th grade, Samuel 4th, Stella kindergarten, and Magnolia could actually do pre-K because she's close to being 4. And then for Ezra, he's going to be taken care of by someone in like a nursery type of setting. And I was just like, okay, Lord, what are you doing? Now, Mia was my X factor, and I talked to her and just asked her what she would want to do, being that she's a junior, but she's ahead. She's ahead in a lot of her subjects, and I didn't want to just assume she would want to go or what not go. So we talked to her, and she really felt like she wanted to stay, continue her studies at home, because that's what she's been doing and is doing very well there. She's already taken a practice ACT and did really good on that. So she is going to stay home, and she gets her license in February, so she will be able to be a part of things at the school. There will be some things that she will be a part of. And if she decides to go next year for her senior year, it's a half a day, and she can choose to do that and graduate from Harvest Time. but I wanted her to have a say in it. Now, in saying that, if her studies fall behind or if she gets lost in space at home, I'll definitely be making her go to school at harvest time and finish. She could actually go and do her senior year. She is ahead in her subjects, in her studies, and she has the credits that she could be a senior. So that's where we are. I called him back after Tommy and I prayed, and we felt that this is what we were supposed to do. At first, Tommy had said, let's write down all the pros and cons. And when I thought about it, I was like, no, I'm not going to write down the pros and cons, because even if it's 100 cons, if the Holy Spirit or the Lord is leading us to do this and he says yes, it could be all cons and it's still a yes. So I really surrendered to, or is this where you're leading us, Lord? And every little door was opening, every little thing was falling into place. Thinking about COVID, how field trips are non-existent for the most part, and there's no more co-op this year. So they didn't have the friend interaction that they had before. And there are just other factors in our homeschool that I felt like, Lord, you have just made this exactly the timing that it needed to be for me to take this position. Along with the fact that I just graduated my first student. So Addie graduated in May. She's leaving in September for Dallas for an internship to dance, which is what she loves, but it's so much more than that. And I'm so proud of her and excited to see what God does. I'm going to miss her like crazy, but I feel like God just designed us this way, and this is good for her. This is what's going to be great for her. So I am so excited for Addie and to do what God has called her to do. I'm so proud of her. Cannot even tell you. Just ecstatically proud. I am so happy. So I've been at harvest time working for this is my third week. We are in full prep because we start school August the 9th. My children are officially enrolled in school. But the good thing about Harvest Time Christian Academy is it is still, in a way, a small atmosphere, less than 150 students. Also, I know a lot of the teachers and the staff. These are people that I grew up with. Some of them are family members. So it has the homeschool feel in the fact that I will still be in their lives in a very, very close way, watching over them and helping them along in their education. They're still going to be able to dance, which is super important to them and me. I think it's important for something that they invest themselves in. But there's sports, and so the boys will get to play baseball, and Trinity wants to play softball. There's a lot of activities that they're going to be able to be in. I'm so happy for them for that aspect of school. And then it's still a Christian worldview, and I'm still going to be very involved in that part of their life, in the education, in the everyday. It's going to rock our world as far as schedule goes, because if you know us at all, you know we have had this homeschooled schedule so that Tommy can work late and we can still see him, and the kids aren't going to bed without seeing their dad, and they don't get up at 6 a.m. That's just not how we've rolled for 9 years. So this is going to rock their world, but I'm excited for it. I think a schedule is good and needed. The littles will benefit from it. They will still have nap time. They will have fun time, recess with their friends and cousins, and I think it's going to be fantastic for them. And I just want to let you know about this so that you know a lot of my previous content has been homeschool content. And so I won't be doing much homeschool content except some preschool stuff over the summertime that I will practice with the littles, which there are 3 littles now, from Stella on down. So for future content, the things that have been going in my mind, or the things I've been thinking that I will do, will definitely still be grocery hauls, maybe some family vlogging. I'm thinking of doing some family vlogging, especially with Addie moving and some of those things that people may be curious to see. Large family life. And then I'm still doing eBay. So that's something that I'm still going to plan on doing videos about. Still creating content of me going out and trying to find things to sell on eBay and all those other things. I always have big dreams, big visions, and don't always get to put them into play just because I'm so busy. I just want to make all of this content and I have all of these fun ideas, which I think is great. I'm dreaming and thinking of the future. And then when it's time, it's like there's no time left. So family comes first. And of course, God comes first, family and our jobs. And so far, YouTube has just been a lot of fun for me. We love looking back on our YouTube videos. Ezra's crying, Joshua's holding him, egg rolls are done. So I just wanted you guys to get an update on this change from homeschool to Christian private school, and from me being the stay-at-home homeschool mom to being the assistant principal at Harvest Time Christian Academy. I think the most important thing that I can tell you, or the takeaway from this video, is follow the leading of the Lord. Follow what the Holy Spirit is telling you. Follow peace. Whatever God is calling you to do, that's what you should do. I didn't think I'd be not homeschooling. I thought I would homeschool forever, but I know God has just made it so plain and clear that this is what I'm supposed to do. I am so excited about it. I'm excited for the kids. I'm excited for our future. And I'm excited for Harvest Time Christian Academy. I think God has big plans for the school and for the church. And I think we're in a season of revival. And I am so excited to see what God is doing. He is pouring his love out on his people. He's pouring himself out. And we are just vessels, ready to be used, ready to love on him, to seek his face, to know him in a way that we've never known him before. I know Jesus in a way I've never known him my entire life. And I would love to share more about that journey with you also. So whatever you're going through, whatever is weighing on you today, just remember that God, he's always there. Be blessed. Peace.